I think I may qualify for a short sale, and it's becoming more difficult to make the payment. Should I still make the payment or stop? Or stop making the payment without? I think what they're saying is, I'm running out of funds. The path is clear that I'm not going to be able to afford my home. Should I go ahead and list it, try to do a short sale, even though I'm remaining current, or should I stop making payments? I'm going to jump in right away and say that no one should be telling you whether to make your payments or not make your payments. There's FTC guidelines, there's ethics and responsibilities by realtors, lawyers, and even loan modification companies that are properly licensed that says we're not allowed to tell anyone to stop making payments on their home or credit card. I mean, anything. We're not allowed to tell you to breach a contract. But what most people say is, well, if I apply for a short sale and I'm still current, will they approve it? It's more difficult when you are current to get approved. But I can give you a scenario where it wasn't a problem at all. Person got laid off, had $20,000 in their bank account, did up their mortgage and their expenses, knew they were going to be laid off for at least a year because they're in a union. We did the math. We showed it in our hardship that by this date you will not get another mortgage payment because there's no money there, and got the short sale approved before that happened. So we never got to the end point, and the damage of the credit was only like 80 points, I think. So it can happen. Now, if you send them a letter saying, my house is upside down, this hasn't turned out to be a stellar investment, I'd like to get out of my mortgage, please, then no, you're not going to get approved for your short sale. But once you stop making payments, you are on the foreclosure train. And I always use this analogy that two trains are leaving the station. There's the short sale train and there's the foreclosure train. And a lot of times the foreclosure train gets to the next station before the short sale does. So if you try to go that way and that's what you think you're going to do, you just have to understand the liability that you're signing up for, because there's nothing saying the banks have to approve your short sale. I have had clients that tried to do it while remaining current, got denied, and then got to that, end point where they couldn't make payments anymore, and then they got approved. So, I'm not going to sit here and say that the banks don't play that game on their side as well.
They do.
They do. But, why not try it while you're current and explain your hardship, explain your reasoning, just to see if you can get it done, because that's the best thing you could do.
Right. And I've had situations where clients have been relocated, so they're still working. But to keep their job, they have to move. So what they're doing, they're moving, they're renting a less of a place so that they can maintain their mortgage and try to do the right thing.
Right.
And in that instance, the bank's going to look at that situation and go, okay, you don't live in Las Vegas anymore. You're now working in Washington.
Right.
And okay, we're going to go ahead and honor this, because what's the sense of not? So it does work. But again, no one can ever advise you to stop making your payments. And that's the big, big thing that everyone needs to really understand right now.
And the minute you walk into someone's office and that's the first thing out of their mouth, you should probably stand up and leave and go find someplace else to talk to.
Run the other direction.
That's right. Okay, we do have another question. Let's see.
Yeah, there it is.
Is that it?
Yes.
Oh, no, I think we answered that one.
Did we?
Yes, that's one we just answered, and here's another one. Okay, if you're filing bankruptcy anyway, is there a benefit for a short sale versus foreclosure since your credit's toast anyway? Love it. Yes and no. In the scenario she just talked about, let's say you file bankruptcy, you surrender the house, you're living in it for free until the foreclosure takes the title back after the bankruptcy. If you're not going anywhere and there's no reason that would say you didn't want to stay in the house, and the example would be it's a 1-bedroom condo. And you're pregnant with triplets. Obviously, when the triplets get there, not going to be comfy quarters for your family. You may want to do a short sale so you can get off legal title from the property so that you're not liable for it anymore. Because remember, little Susie that climbs into the swimming pool, her mom's not going to sue the bank, she's going to sue you. And that new liability is going to be your issue regardless of the fact that property was discharged in bankruptcy. Because the liability is against you as the property owner, and until you're taken off title, you're liable for it. So that's one reason why you may want to go ahead with a short sale. For someone who doesn't have any of those parameters and they're more comfortable just staying put for a while, that's a predominance of what happens. There's not very many people that will short sell a home afterwards. Now, if it's not your primary residence, it's an investor property, the banks would prefer, and actually most of the time it makes more sense to go ahead and do the short sale if it is an investment property after the bankruptcy, because you obviously can't occupy your primary residence and this investor residence. So that does happen more often. That's usually where we see most of the bankruptcy short sales is on investment properties. But I mean, it really, doing the short sale has nothing to do, at that point, it has nothing to do with maintaining your credit score or anything like that. There's a lot of realtors out there that'll say that. They'll say, oh, well, even if you file bankruptcy, you still want to do the short sale to preserve your credit, which, yeah, that's just not true. But there may be reasons why you'd want to do a short sale. Or some people, their friends, their realtor, and they figure, well, you know, she works so hard, I want her to get the commission. And of course, I sit there and I say, yeah, that's great and all, but you don't have to do this. But there's lots of reasons people would go ahead and do it. But yeah, you're not going to preserve your credit score by doing a short sale after bankruptcy. That's a myth.
And it's all it comes down to your personal, what you want to do.
Oh.
You know, if you're going to go foreclosure or bankruptcy and love that saying there, have your credit toast anyway, then that's what you're going to do.
Right. Right. Well, and some people, just because they have had such a substantial financial hardship leading up to the bankruptcy, for them to move out and move into another home, they might need that time period to get a deposit, because after bankruptcy, you're going to have to pay a full month's deposit to get into another place. The places that always advertise, no move-in fees, no deposits. That's if you have perfect credit. Right. If you've got a bankruptcy filing, you definitely are going to have to pay a full month, sometimes more than that.
Sometimes more. They look for more deposit and everything. Yep. So if you need the time because you need to save the money, then that's what you're going to do.
Yeah. But, the key is to stay in the property, maintaining it in a safe condition so that you don't create another problem for yourself when, it's an attractive nuisance and the kids in the neighborhood go swimming at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. But the big thing is, like we started the session, if you're gonna short sale, get on that train now, because we are running out of time.
Yes. Yeah. And, you'll still be able to do a short sale after December 2012, but you're not going to have that protection for the income tax. And at that point, most of the people that are going to start coming to see me are going to be told, you got to file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
So, if you don't have a lot of consumer debt, you don't have a lot of other financial issues, and it really is just that you bought more house than you could afford, your income's been reduced and you can't afford the house, then short sale is the best way for you to unload. One of the biggest, monthly payments most people have is their mortgage payment, except for those of us that went to law school and have student loans. Those can be sometimes more than mortgage payments. But anyway, but yeah, if that's the main problem in your finances, then short sale can be an excellent solution and a tool. But once the Mortgage and Debt Relief Act goes away and there's a greater likelihood that you're going to have income tax liability, then short sale is not really going to fix your financial problem. It's going to create another one. So that's where we're at. So the Connigan Newberry Law Firm, we will meet with you, talk about your financial options. If you're coming in to talk to us about short sale, we do have a consultation fee to discuss it. We'll cover short sale, foreclosure, and just how real estate factors with regards to bankruptcy, if you want to talk about those issues. We also assist in negotiating short sales with lenders on behalf of anyone trying to get a deficiency waiver and or just get the deal to go through. And we provide that as a service to the seller. So we aren't hired by the real estate agents to get your short sale to go through. We're hired by the sellers to protect their legal interests in doing the short sale. And we have a variety of different ways we structure that relationship based on not just the seller's desires, but usually sometimes however the real estate agent is that's working on the sale. And then Joni.
I am free to you to start off, so you get lucky if you call me. You don't have to pay me a consultation. I can actually come out, discuss your situation. We can discuss your hardship, your options, show you what your home is worth. I'll come out with a comparative market analysis and just give you the best advice that I can, and then give you the tools to put the short sale into motion and give you assistance if you need help with attorney, CPA, whatever. We have all those people on board that we can refer to if you need it.
Right. And if you already have a CPA, you already have an attorney, or you already have a realtor, any combination of those, that's great. There's no exclusive relationships or anything like that. We just want to make sure everyone gets good advice and good help, and is doing things in a smart and ethical way. So Joni, we refer to her as well as 2 other agents. Every time somebody comes in, we let you choose who your agent's going to be, but we've helped her clients close a lot of short sales, and really hard ones, which is usually the only reason she brings us in. It's hard.
It's gotten too difficult.
Never the easy stuff. Always hard. But no, she gets a lot of deals to close, and I'm sure she closes a lot of them that we don't even know about because she's got good relationships with the banks, and knowing the system, it's everything in life. If you've got good relationships and experience, you can accomplish much greater things than people that don't.
It's experience. You have to have been doing this. You can't just decide yesterday I'm going to be a short sale agent.
There's licensing for short sale specialists.
I have certifications.
That's right.
I am licensed to specialize in short sales.
Yeah. And I always tell people if you're they always say, well, my sister's coworker is a short sale or a realtor. I'm going to let her do my short sale. I always tell people, ask them what their certifications are up front, and then ask them how many short sales they closed. Don't ask them how many listings they have. How many have they closed representing the seller?
And do they do real estate full time? Because there's been a lot of agents out there who've had to go out and try to get jobs.
Right.
So I am a full time realtor. So
yeah. It's you have to be persistent, and you have to have a system in following up the banks, because the squeaky wheel definitely gets the oil.
Most definitely.
Well, hope everybody learned a lot about short sale. If you do have any questions, follow up. You can make an email inquiry to us here at the firm, or set up an appointment to come in. And then Joni's email, go ahead and give it out, or in your phone number, so that if they want to contact you, they have it.
I'll give my phone number because it's a lot easier. It's obviously 702-292-1851. And my email, if you want to try, it's Joni, spelled JOANNIE, @joniwilliams.com.
All right, and your realty firm is located down in Howard Hughes?
Howard Hughes Executive Realty Services,
That's
yes.
Right. Okay, all right. Thanks everybody for attending, and we'll see you for the next webinar.
Good night. All right. Cool beans.
Yay.
I love it. My credit's toast.
It's already toast by
Why bother?
Yeah.
All right, lady. Well, that was good.
Yeah, good fun.
It is fun. I just love how we got to get that out there. That